will hand over to my colleagues since I'll be taking another role. Okay. Thank you very much. You see, we are very glad. I want to say that when we were to have another expo, I contacted Oga Felipe, and I saw one man who could really be a fantastic president for us, and that was Mr. Bakari. And we said it, we shared the message, and it came to me, and I just say that we have not made the wrong choice. Glory be to God. I was invited to the 40th anniversary of the 83 sets, and I saw the organization. It was extremely fantastic. The camaraderie that existed between the members and all that, very, very. And I'm happy that he has brought it here. And I'm also glad that the class set has really also backed in all. And I'm also grateful to the members of the EXCO, the way they have really acted as one indivisible unit. Although there was a time that there wanted to be I don't know how to call that, but quickly, you overcame it and you steadied and moved very fast. I was also part of the 70th anniversary, and how the team worked, and how the IPP also galvanized the committee and all that. It's really wonderful. And I also want to thank those of you that have come here this time, that God be with you. And for those that are online, we welcome you, and we know that for you to take your time to join us online, you have the interests of the school. Please let us work harder and be better, and so that we can be able to really help the school to grow. Because when you say that we school, you mention the school, then you know that you have gone through it. You went to a good school, fantastic school, at the time we were here. I don't want to take more of your time, but I can say that at that time, when we were in prep, and people were passing through this road, at that time there was no express. They will come and say that where will the entrance of this school have, and they want their children to be here. And we are here from all area and all that. And please, let's appeal that we should support the school, and then so that the school can fulfill. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, I also say that myself. I'll go. I always translate all meetings and notices to them. They are fantastic people. Before the school was organized and all that, we have been helping the school. By giving them computer, by giving them long ones. The goalposts, we build the goalposts, 1975 sets, and all other things like that. So, we are for development, and we want to organize ourselves to make the school to be a better one.
Of school, proudly an Antonian. I would thank the 1983 sets and also 1975 sets. They've been doing a great job. Mr. President, the principals of junior schools and private schools are not here, and we have a representative of any set for their goodwill message as we go into comments and reactions from the report. Briefly, we have chairmen of sets here, secretaries of sets, chapters. Who is that? Apollo Ogune, a round of applause, please. What is your set doing for our matter?
Good afternoon, everyone. The members of the High Table, the chairperson, the national president, the IPP, the NEC my fellow Antonians. Great Santos. Of course, Santos. Yeah. I'm glad to be here this afternoon. It's a pleasure to be among this group. Last year, before now, I joined the Old Student Association of my set about 2.5 years ago. And being in the school setting, I always implore them, let's go to school and see what is happening there. So there was a day we came here and I said, this is not the same St. Anthony's Grammar School that we went to. We came to the lab, we moved around, everywhere was, I really understood what was happening there because I am in the setting. So, and now when we now go back at the meeting, I have to be presented what to solve and said something has to be done. What can we do to assist the school? The government cannot do it alone. So we have to put our impact. This is where we all came from. And if not for this, we won't be whatever we are today, we won't be such a person. So we put some plans together. And luckily, last year it was our 40th anniversary after leaving school. So we decided then to do some things. During the anniversary period, we organized a sort of talk to the learners, both junior and seniors. Little gifts were presented to the learners, both seniors and juniors. In those days, the school were about together, but now, whatever, because yesterday when I learned, when we were holding it, I just said, well, maybe because the committee, the executives are not really aware of what is happening in the school. I want to implore that now that I'm there, that whatever is done to the senior school, we also do to the junior school. Perhaps today when I got here, I called the senior school principal because the junior school principal, sorry. I called him because I was wondering why he was not here. So he said he should join us. Maybe perhaps of what is happening. Otherwise, I expected him to be here even before any other person, just like the senior school principal. But if we still come, we are still expecting him. I don't know. No, there's nothing wrong. He is coming. He will soon join us. Because whatever I want to do, let's share it. It has to be 50-50. Irrespective of who is the leader. Yes, irrespective of who the leader is, what we are doing it for a person, maybe the principal or whoever, we are doing it for the school. Right? So we have to share it equally. That's my own advice. So last year we had to do some things. We decided that okay, now there is we are in era of solar. Let's put on solar lights around the school to brighten up the school in the night. And we are still planning to do more. May God help us. So if all others said, as the national president has said, likewise other people here, I want to implore other sets that they should have a project in the school here, so that at least we will have this same St. Anthony's Grammar School. We will have it on ground. May the Lord help us. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Round of applause for the chairman of 84 set, the vice chairman of 84 set. Sir, can you please come forward? Elder, open up.
Thank you. Probably yourself. My greetings to my people, colleagues here. I want to appreciate the president because we have been in this association for long and we know what is happening. Even when things are being taken to Lagos State, And we asked them then, why? Because why not here? Well, we thank God that since you give it, things has changed. For 1976, I know that the president knows most of us. We are very troublesome. Because the majority of us are over there. And they always want things to be done perfectly. Let me make one or two observations before I make my recommendation. I know that it is when you have good things that people look for complete. If there is no progress, nobody will talk about it. That is so. The president cannot do everything. When I listen to the presentation of the reports, but I want to observe that. One, the welfare officer is not actually being presented a good report, because I expect that most of the welfare things you have done should be itemized. It is not that we will remember today. When it is done, let it be recorded. Two, I expect that secretary should be able to see that this is the number of meetings we have had since we started. Because that number shows what you have done. Having said that, the issue of chemistry lab, I don't like the way the EXCO take it. Because despite the fact that we have some materials in physics and chemistry and biology, nothing stops the EXCO depositing some amount for that chemistry for now. In fact, our set has still some money left for that chemistry. But I'm sure that they were thinking that after all we have done biology and physics, they are not doing anything. So let's have something so that we can encourage them to add more. I want us to look at that aspect. So having said that, I really want to thank you, because you have put the level of this now out of ordinary school. I remember that some will say, but how we want to match in the count. Therefore, no la fi gbogbo àwọn owó tí ẹni tó bá rí lọ síbi tó ti máa lówó ṣó lè wó. And that is why I'm appreciating you. But what you have done cannot be like that. It's a fantastic work. So based on that, on behalf of everybody, I really want to thank you.
Thank you, for those observations. On the third, ladies and gentlemen, please, in line with recognition, permit me to welcome the following Antonians to the AGM. Antonia Okuda Sheriff Apolani from Ijebu. Please, a round of applause, please. Thank you for coming. Antonia Adebowale Sheikh Wadewale from Ilese Ijebu. Thank you. Also, we have in our midst Antonia Olaide Adekule Samuel from Ijebu Emotion here. Thank you guys for coming. And the numero uno, you all know him in his age, Antonia Honorable Magnus Oboy from Ikodo, Lagos. Thank you, Honorable, for joining us. Without further ado, let's invite the National President for his closing remarks. We will have comments. Hello, the lady
Hello. Actually, it's a privilege standing before you. I want to corroborate what my senior said as the team that usually work together. And he said that where there is no problem, you cannot criticize. That is said. So he said it is where there's a problem in the society that we find a solution to it. It is when you came on board that you identify sometimes like when you are going for research, you must have your research problems. I can take you to your recommendation and findings. So I want to give kudos to the member of that team. However, I have not been sent by 81 set, but there are some things which I observed that the 81 set, that is negligence, as we used to call ourselves. And there are some inputs that are done to the school. When we are talking of the perimeter fence, along the second side here, I think the 81 set was part of those school units. And during the anniversary, the 70th anniversary, I saw some giant dogma which were brought. And I knew that they have researched and I knew that the school would be a need of those things. However, I still want to repeat that success comes when there is unity. Our gathering here, we are trying as much as possible to integrate, to unite ourselves. And I pray that as we are weak, that the new set of the new executives that are coming, that God will continue to pick them. I look around, I had someone show me yesterday, and then this kind of complete that for us to unite very well, for us to know ourselves. It is a unity, it is a matter of integration. I'm also brought up in this, to know the perspective area we come from. So without knowing this, without meeting, so thank you, and let's continue with that.
Those in Lacey are called the Lacyans. Honorable Magnus, over to you, sir. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Please, standing on the DC protocol. By name, Magnus Inauguration. I belong to the 79 set. And I just feel like adding to what everybody has been saying. I want to sincerely comment. These are going schools, most especially under the leadership of Bakara. They are done fantastically well. Without me doing modest, I think it's very imperative and paramount for me to assure whosoever joining the trade, because Bakari, I want to say, has paid his hamper doing his reign. Like we've been having EXCOS before then, but honestly, they creative for better. That is not to say that the previous EXCOS have not done that bit. But then, how is it? We have woken from the slumber. Because for many years, our old boys association has not been doing as expected. But thank God, it's better late. Having said that, I've listened to the principal of the public school, I've listened to our address, and I want to assure you that as I'm going back, I will deliver part of your request to my set. We will support you, but I can attest to that. The ICT center there, I think, ordinary school. But I promise you that 79 said we should get back to you, the principal. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, 79 cents for those submissions. Per David, he gave this.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and the admin school, they are new government. You know how we did it. Somebody asked me, I said, well, you are not satisfied, you can
Ask me which call now. I said just take it to Donald Trump's Washington DC district court that is holding in Texas. And listen to your appeal. Now I want to commend the EXCOS. I want to commend them because it is something that Ogoju ló lè rí ìpè wọ́n takuntakun. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ràn wá náà lọ láti ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́, láti ràn wá lọ́wọ́, láti ràn àwọn wa náà lọ́wọ́. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Beyond that, the only this gathering is really very sweet. Two lapses. One has been addressed by the EXCOS that when we call for physical meeting, virtual meeting, we expect that a school that has turned out over 50,000 students, we should be looking for places where we will keep seats and where we will put loudspeakers. But unfortunately, right here, we don't experience that. In Lagos, during the 70th anniversary, we did not experience it. During the grand finale here too, we did not experience it. And not like we hardly experience it. That is the first snag. We need to do something about it. The computer and the phone, again on the lower, it takes just 1.5 hours or whatever for us to just join. Come on, pay ara wa náà. When the babu went in value already, you know me, ara mi ayagaga, you're not going to that. That is something that I want to employ those of us that are here and those there too, that they should please try and do something about that. The second thing, which is a lapse, which I've seen here, I believe it is an oversight, is that we are the general